Welcome, welcome, welcome everyone to this Easy Algo live workshop. So great to have you all here today. We are definitely going to have an alpha-packed workshop today, and we're going to be going through some awesome tips, techniques, and reveal to you guys some things which you might not know about that will definitely help you with your trading. We're definitely going to make this time worth it for you, and hope you enjoy the live show.
Here's the plan for today. We're going to go over a few things on what Easy Algo offers as far as our indicators, the various indicators we have, how they work in general, give you an idea of what they are, what they do, how they assist people in their trading on a daily basis. We're going to tell you about how our community works, how our events work, all of our live our live trading sessions, mentorship program, everything that you get with the Discord in the community, because this isn't just an indicator. This is an entire accelerator and program to help your trading journey for the rest of your life. At the end of the presentation, I'm going to drop a link in the chat for you to be able to take advantage of the 7-day free trial. We're going to tell you about the schedule, how that works, and then once it's over, rather than taking questions here in the Zoom, you guys can join us in the Discord. We all have an open stage there. Everybody's always welcome every day to ask questions, like live support. Which is one of the rare things that we offer that you won't find out of other trading groups. Is there's always somebody here to help you out with whatever you need, whether it be Web3 wallets, installing your indicators, are you reading the chart right? How do I make chocolate chip cookies? Whatever, we're here to help.
Awesome. So in this basic training we're going to go through today, these are the aspects we're going to cover. As each trader, they realize there's certain things that will help you become a better trader. And these are some of the main challenges I've discovered that traders experience. Number one, identifying the direction of the bias. Number two, how to find the best entries, exits, stop loss levels. Number three, how to spot pools of liquidity, which are these max pain zones. And number four, how to find the best tokens to trade every single day. So I'm going to take you through each one of these steps and just show you how we do this at Easy Algo and how we make these steps very easy and simplify the process for traders. And at the end, guys, please stay till the end, because first of all, I want you to make sure you get all the value we have to give you. And then everyone at the end will get access to the 7-day free trial. And we're also going to be giving away 3 free 30-day subscriptions at random. So those of you who ever join, we will pick out of a hat kind of process. So first of all, why listen to us? We've had multiple groups over the years and helped thousands of traders improve their trading skills. We have brought to the crypto market revolutionary indicators, trading tech, and strategies, which have helped countless traders win in the markets. We have 500 plus 5-star reviews. The people can't be wrong. So Easy Algo was created to help simplify the trading process for traders. We help traders achieve more consistent results through a proven strategy, price action tools, and expert coaching and mentorship. We believe very strongly in this trifecta, that if you combine mentorship with a proven strategy, with great tools, that it can give you everything you need to become a winning trader. And we focus on providing all of these elements together with our fantastic group. First of all, I want to let you know, with our system, our strategy, our tools, we are basically bear and bull market proof. We can help you win in any market. So we're not waiting for a bull market to start or a bear market to start. We can trade and make money every single day based on our system, because this is how it is structured. So the first thing I want to focus on is how to identify the directional bias in the market. This is the first most important key. Once you can understand the directional bias in the market, everything else becomes simple. This is the number one most important thing that every trader must learn to master, is how to understand what is the direction of the market. Is it moving up? Is it moving down? What is actually happening in the market? And we have an amazing tool called TrendX. TrendX is a price action indicator. Most of our indicators are actually price action based, because we believe in price action. If it's not price action based, it can be a lagging indicator. It can be a repainting indicator. And Oftentimes, most indicators give you information when it's too late. So with TrendX, this is our key level indicator, and it works on an awesome algorithm and logic that presents these trend pivots. Here, we call them the trend X's. And I'm going to go into detail now and show you exactly how this works and how you can use it to understand the direction of the market. So these pivots, or these trend X levels, they get created at the start of the market open. And based on how they look, we'll show you there's certain ones that are high probability. And we'll also get into a scanner. We have a special scanner that scans the market as well. And I'm going to explain a little bit about that later and show you how that ties into this. But what happens is, as this trend X forms in the markets, we want to look for these narrow pivots. These narrow pivots are basically letting you know all the tokens that have a high probability of making a trending movement. So that is the key to this. We want to find all the tokens that have the possibility of trending, because this just will save you tons of hours searching through tokens, and it'll eliminate all the ones that would potentially waste your time or where the market wouldn't actually move. And this, you'll see this is kind of how the market would open up. And then a few hours later or a day later, the price would kind of take off these narrow grids. So the key to this is we're looking to the weekly or the monthly trend X. We get three different trend X's: a monthly, a weekly, and a daily. And basically we use the monthly and the weekly for the bias, which is giving us directional movement of the market. And based on what's happening in that directional movement, will tell us whether we're going to look for buys or sells. And it'll also let us know if the market is going to be ranging or trending. So this gives us a lot of information, like vital information. And it's pretty much happens on repeat. So you can see in this example, market opened up, we got a narrow grid. If you look here, the previous week it was wide. When we get a wide grid, it means the market is going to be ranging. When we get a narrow grid, it means the market is going to be trending, because the market moves from this process of ranging to trending, ranging to trending. So we want to know, how can we narrow in and find those assets that are about to go into the trending phase? And that is exactly what this indicator is focused on doing. So you can see if price is below the trend X grid, we're most likely going to be in a downtrend. And we will be focused on shorts until price can recover the trend X. So you see, this helps us understand, is the market more predominantly focused on shorts or longs? So this criteria is very important for traders. In this example, you can see prices above the pivot. This yellow line is the pivot. It's above that, which means we're only looking for long trades. So it's basically like drawing a line in the sand, saying if price is above there, there's more demand in the market. If it's below there, there's more supply in the market. And then we immediately know, cool, we're looking for shorts, we're looking for longs. So it eliminates that, am I going to long, am I going to short? It just clearly tells you what is the best way to focus. And you see the yellow line here is our weekly trend X, and the light blue is our daily. So if price is above the weekly, we're looking for longs, and then we can get more precise entries by entering when price is on top of the dailies. So this just gives us a very focused understanding of the structure of your entries, exits, stop loss, which I'm going to get into a lot more detail in a moment. So for sentiment analysis, if it's a narrow grid, it means it's a trending market. If it's a wide grid, like in this example here, it means it's more of a ranging market. So immediately we can have more information as to what kind of market conditions are we going to be presented with. So you can see over here, these are some of the aspects which, honestly, this is, if anything, this would make it completely worth it to have this tool, is that it'll tell you if it's a bearish market or a bullish market. It'll tell you if the market's ranging or if it's trending. If you can understand all these principles, it will teach you or prepare you exactly for how to trade, because range trading is different from trend trading. You know, if you're going to be doing shorts or longs, you need to understand the conditions of the market to be able to enter with confidence and enter at the right time and at the right place within the market. So another method we use to identify the market bias as well is we have another indicator known as Imbalance X. Imbalance X is also one of our newest indicators. And what it does is it works off fair value gaps, but not the common fair value gap indicators that you get. This one creates fair value gap trend lines. So whenever a fair value gap is created, it will start the production of a trend line. And what fair value gaps do is there's two different types of fair value gaps. There's the normal ones, but we've taken it one step further and we've created these multi-bar fair value gaps. That what they do is they pick up the smallest distribution of price separation, which lets us know when there's volatility coming in the market, whether it's bearish volatility or bullish volatility. And then what it does is our system will automatically detect this volatility and will start creating a trend line until it gets to the opposite end. So over here, you'll see a green dot. It'll create a bullish fair value gap dot, which lets us know that the market is going into what we call these round trips. These round trips are letting us know when the market is going into a bullish round trip, and that will continue until it goes into a bearish round trip. So when we're on a bullish round trip, we're only looking for longs. When on a bearish, we're only looking for shorts. And basically, we're identifying this between market structure breaks and shifts in price, which is calculated through our algorithm. This is kind of how it works. It also comes with a candle color functionality. So it will color the candles depending on this market structure separation. So remember, this is a price action indicator, and it's working primarily off of the candles. It's noticing candle structure shifts. When we get certain fair value gaps, the typical fair value gap works off 3 candle separation, where this works off a multi-candle separation. And where we can get a strong enough separation from the candles before it, it structures it in either a bearish or bullish sentiment. So now moving on to point number 2 is how do we find the best entries, exits, and stop loss levels? Our system is catered specifically for this, for new traders, for traders who don't actually have a clear blueprint. This will keep you on a very good track. So what we've got over here, you'll see our Trend X comes with these key levels already printed. The Trend X is in the center, and this is our center level, which helps us determine whether we're going into bullish, bearish, the sentiment of the market. But then we get these 2 blue lines, which is a previous week high and a resistance 1. And at the bottom is a previous week low and support 1. And then we get resistance 2, resistance 3, support 2, and support 3. So basically you get this grid that's printed on your chart, and it measures out all the key levels for you. So you don't need to calculate it or work it out. And it's working off a very good algorithm so that you can't really make a mistake. It just simplifies these levels for you. Once you've got these levels on the chart and organized, then we can show through our algorithm a very structured process of where's the best places to enter, where's the best places to exit. So for instance, here you would look for entries on the Trend X if you're looking for our longs, and then you would trade it up to the top of the range. If it breaks that level, you could enter to the next part of the range and to the next part. So it gives very defined entry points, exit points, just kind of simplifying it for traders, because I know a lot of traders struggle with where's the best place to enter, where's the best place to take profit. So here's a very structured process.
A lot of people are used to looking for, as they call it, calls, right? Or signals. Yeah. We don't give calls. We don't give signals. We make callers and help you give signals. Once you start to understand the tool properly, you could open up your own signals channel if you wanted to, because essentially the tool is setting that entry TP1, TP2, TP3, where your stop loss is. With the system, it just lays it right out. And once you're in the group and you start to look at it and you start to watch some of the trainings and you look at your own chart, you're going to be blown away how on Sunday night, we knew exactly where the asset was going to change, change direction, or it was going to bounce, or it was going to reverse, or where we have the entries. It's laid right out for you. And as you've shown on the previous slide, the TP1, TP2, TP3, something that no other indicator is even near in the space.
Exactly. So we'd hop onto the trend grids. Our TP1 would be the first, which is the high of the range, or the resistance 1, resistance 2, resistance 3. So we would target these as TP levels, areas where you can either add to positions as well. If it breaks at one of the level, it can go to the next level. Price likes to move in this level-based functionality. So we've just kind of capitalized on how price moves. Here you go. You can see over here, when we're looking for our short entries, first of all, we want to make sure that if price is breaking below the Trend X, this becomes a short entry. If it breaks below the previous week low, that's a short entry. And if it finds resistance at the previous week high. So we've only got 3 places where we look for these entries. Entry 1, top of the range. Entry 2, the break of the trend X. And entry 3 is the break of the low of the range. So it really just shows you very defined areas on where to enter, where to exit. For our longs, we got the same kind of thing. At the bottom of the range, we look for our first entry. At the break of the trend X, second entry. At the break of the high of the range, our third entry. So it just really just makes it simple for you to know where's the best places to enter and exit from. With our targets, basically the same functionality. You know, if we enter at the break of the trend X, the first target becomes the low of the range, or the support 1, second target support 2, third target support 3. For our longs, if it breaks above the trend X, well, trend X, if you enter at the low of the range, trend X becomes target 1. If you enter at the break of trend X, high of a range becomes target 2. Resistance 2 becomes target 3. Resistance 3 becomes target 4. So it really just shows you in a very easy to understand way where to enter, take profits. And then when it comes to stop losses, same thing. If you're entering your short positions at the top of the range, stop loss just becomes above these 2 blue lines. If you enter at the break of the trend X, stop loss just becomes above the trend X. If you enter at the break of the low of the range, stop loss becomes above the low of the range. And same with the long position. So at each stage that we have here, you put your stop loss just underneath the grids, underneath the lines, underneath the lines. So it's really, it takes a lot of the guesswork and the thinking about all these specific functions that a lot of people struggle with. Another tool that we use for our entries is going to be Indicator X and TDX. These are, in our group, we basically got 2 different sides. We've got 2 different strategies. We've got the Trend X strategy and the Indicator X strategy. So both of them are very unique and they're both price action, but they have different functions and they can be used. Yeah.
And we have essentially 2 different schools in what we do. If you are new to trading, you're learning about support and resistance levels, you're learning to understand candle patterns, etc. We suggest all of you, when you first start, focus on Trendex, learn and understand how Trendex works. It's very, very laid out for you. The hardest part for you will be breaking bad habits and unremembering all those things that you randomly watched on YouTube that told you had to use Heiken Ashi candles and it had to be a chart and you have the RSI stochastics and you had all these things that confuse the heck out of your chart. Trendex is going to simplify it very much for you. So we suggest that you stay on that. Now, if you're familiar with trading and you have some experience and you understand smart money concepts, Indicator X is the greatest smart money concepts tool on the market today. And this is for a different style of trading. You must remember the 2 can conflict. So a rule that we have set up on Trendex may counterfeit or invalidate a potential trade on Indicator X and vice versa. So please understand these are 2 separate trading systems, but we can use them in confluence and we can show you how that work. You just have to understand that the strategies training for Trendex is different than the strategies training for Indicator X.
What's wonderful about Indicator X is it shows you the best places to enter your trades that put you in the safest position. So they put you under the lowest amount of risk and the least amount of pain on your pain body. Because, you know, we know trading is all about managing your emotions more than anything. So this tool is directly linked to how the mass market trades and how the market makers trade. So it keeps you in alignment with how the market makers trade and where the market makers are going to enter. Because we've discovered that the more you can emulate the trading style of the market makers, the more you will stay on the safer side. It's kind of like trading side by side. Like my teacher always said to me, you know, imagine you were a whale or a shark. Sharks always have those little remora fish that kind of swim side by side with them or feed off of them. So, you know, as a retailer, we can't move the market. The market makers move the market. But if we can emulate their strategy and trade side by side with them, we have a bigger edge in the market. And Indicator X comes with its own methodology, its own specific training. and it's designed to emulate the market maker's trading strategy. So you'll see in this example over here, I'll explain in more details in the next slide how it works. This is basically what we call the master pattern concepts, and it breaks down the seemingly randomness in the market into a structure, an organization, where it's based on 3 market phases. We get phase 1 over here, which is this box, which is called the contraction phase. And then phase 2 is when price breaks out of the box and goes into an expansion phase. We call it the whipsaw phase. This is the manipulation phase. And then the final phase is when price goes into a trend phase, which is the profit-taking phase. So we have this 3-phase cycle that's continually happening, and it's happening in crypto, stocks, Forex. Once you see this pattern, you will recognize it everywhere. It's how the market makers trade. It's how they extract liquidity from the retailers and how it can fill their massive positions. So what our algorithm does, it spots a simultaneous lower high and higher low. When we get this higher low and lower high happening simultaneously, it's letting us know that the supply and the demand in the market has become equal. It's neutralized. So from this point onwards, we get a value line that's drawn. And this value line is letting us know this is the 0 points in the market, because the buyers and the sellers have become zero. They're zeroed out. So anything from this point becomes value. What the market makers do, they always enter long positions underneath value, and they always enter short positions above value. So our algorithm will draw these value lines, and they will make sure, help you to stay on the right side of the market, so that you're only entering longs under the value line, only entering shorts above the value line. But this is also all dependent on the direction of the market, the bias of the market. And then we use the TDX, which is our oscillator. This is our oscillator, which is made up of RSI, Bollinger Bands, and EMAs. And we use this side by side with indicator X to help us get more specific entry points. So you can see these are what we refer to as shark fins when we get the RSI breaking out of the Bollinger Band. These are areas on the chart where we have a high chance of reversal occurring. And when we get these shark fins occurring in these locations where price is under the value line, that is giving us a double confirmation to enter on these specific locations. So we've I'm not going to get too much into the details of the strategy, but we've created a very good system that functions off of this market maker smart money concepts. So number 3 now is, how do we spot pools of liquidity? So our indicator X also has a functionality where it projects liquidity lines across the screen. These liquidity lines are also part of this master pattern methodology that we teach in the group. We have a lot of training. We have a full course on this. We actually have 2 courses where we basically showing you how to trade like the smart money. And one of the aspects that the smart money use is they focus on these liquidity levels, or these are stop loss levels. So wherever the masses keep their stop loss levels are used for liquidity hunts and targets, because the market makers can't just enter in the market whenever they want or wherever they want. They can only enter where there's large liquidity pools, because think about it, if they're entering with a massive position, they need someone on the opposite end of the market to fill that position. So they target stop loss regions. These stop loss levels are places where they know there will be massive pending orders, because that's where people's stop losses are located. And they target these levels as entry points. So what our algorithm does, it will project these levels onto your chart, and you get the resting sell side at the top, the resting buy side at the bottom. And these become precise locations where we can use as targets or entry points, because the market likes to move from liquidity to liquidity. So most of our software is designed to help you understand liquidity movement in the market. Price likes to go from liquidity to liquidity. And if we understand this process, then we can enter at liquidity, exit at liquidity, enter at liquidity, exit at liquidity.
And if you've ever traded before, you'll find yourself wondering, hey, I just got into this trade. It looks like it's going to go up. I don't know why it just suddenly got to this point and reversed. It didn't make sense. It wasn't at a fib line. It wasn't any of these things. Well, it's like I consider the liquidity levels like prices like Pac-Man. It tries to go up and it wants to eat those little dots. Nom, 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 nom. So you wonder why the market ranges constantly like this? That's because it's constantly going from liquidity to liquidity. And without this indicator, you would never have the view through the matrix and suddenly see, oh, that's why it did that. So it gives you better targets, better entry positions, because you actually see where the market maker is going to bring price to, and then when it's going to reverse and where it's going to bring price back to before it comes back up.
So you can see in this example over here, we get these structures that are formed, structural high points and low swings. And then the market kind of envelopes, as it moves outwards, it breaks these structures because it takes out the liquidity at the top, it takes out the liquidity at the bottom, and takes out the liquidity at the top. And this is the second phase in the market cycle. This is how it's structured because it wants to take out all the liquidity from the top and the bottom until it fills their massive position. Once their positions are filled, then it decides to go into the third phase. So liquidity hunts are based on this expansion phase or this manipulation phase where they focus on extracting as much liquidity as they can from the markets. So you can see here again, this is our algorithm projecting these levels out, and you can set it to focus on either higher level liquidity lines or lower level, depending if you're a scalper, a swing trader, whatever kind of a trader you are. See, this is Bitcoin chart. And I've put it here because it's super relevant because right now we're waiting for Bitcoin to take out this liquidity in the 70,000 region. So you can see every time Bitcoin took out the liquidity at the bottom, it reversed, took it out, reversed, took it out, and reversed. So Bitcoin is just showing this chart so perfectly about how it's been going for liquidity. As it takes out liquidity, it reverses. And now we're looking for it to take out this major liquidity. You can see resting here. It's just a matter of days before it takes out this liquidity and either shoots past it or reverses at those levels. So understanding the difference between the smart money and the dumb money, and we teach this a lot in our group because, you know, the smart money have a specific method of trading, the dumb money have, and the smart money is always positioned against the dumb money. So if you understand how the dumb money trade and the smart money, and you can start to trade like the smart money, then you will end up on the right side of the market more often, because the only way you can be on the wrong side of the market is if you're trading opposite to how the smart money trade. So our system is based on this smart money trading. Our tools are based on the smart money trading, and this is how it works. So you can imagine here we get the contraction box, which our indicator produces, and then we get this value line. The dumb money are always buying above value, and the smart money are always selling above value. So what happens is they create these massive buy wicks that kind of shoot up above value, and then the dumb money get FOMO. They get FOMO, they emotionally trade, they buy when they see a big green candle. So all of a sudden they will buy at this big green candle. And that is the point where the smart money is selling to the dumb money and cashing out from their entry at the bottom of the value line. Then when price comes underneath the value line, the dumb money, can you see there's all of a sudden the smart money will do a big sell order to trick them. There will be a big red candle. The dumb money will start selling. They'll start selling. And then the smart money will start buying back from them, going up to the top. They will cash in on them. So you can see they're just continuously transacting with each other. But the dumb money is the one always losing and the smart money is always winning. And this is why 90% of traders actually lose, because on some level, the market is rigged. And this is how it is rigged through this process. But once you understand this process and the structure, you can trade in alignment with the smart money. And we go into a lot of detail. And this is what one of our indicators does. It keeps you on the right side of the market. Now we have number 4, which is basically showing us how to find the best tokens in the market to trade. And take it away, Ed.
Yes. So this is our fun little tool. Right now it is acting as a phone app. It's called Scanner X. Essentially, Trend X being a leading indicator, meaning that we get to see what is going to happen before it happens. At the end of every monthly candle, or at the beginning of every month, we get a monthly pivot. At the beginning of every week, we get a weekly pivot, and the beginning of every day, we get a daily pivot. So we get to see where the asset, if it's going to be highly aggressive this day, this week, this month, or if it's going to be, less aggressive with a wider pivot, and it's just going to range. With the scanner, you can at a glance look at the overall sentiment of the market specific to your exchange, up to 5 exchanges that we currently have, and be able to find the best assets to trade at the time of that you need. A lot of traders say, you know, all the best trades happen in the New York session, and I live in the UK. And well, I'll tell you, all the guys in New York, they're saying the best trades happen in the UK session. So there's always an asset to trade, but it's next to impossible to try and find all those assets that are going to be good to trade for that week or that day. With the Scanner app and our Scanner bot, we give you a simplified version of it. We make it very easy for you to see. Go ahead, next slide. So what this is, you can simply select whether you're looking for a monthly pivot, a weekly pivot, or a daily pivot. You can determine whether you're looking for those assets that have a wider pivot, which means, again, more likely to range in that time frame, or you can select a narrow pivot, which is more likely to have an aggressive movement. It doesn't tell you if it's going long or short. We use the rules that we provide in the TrendX strategy to be able to determine that using our higher time frame bias and our entry points. And then you can select whether those tokens are above, which we generally would determine if above the weekly pivot, we're going for a long. If it's below, we're going for a short. So if you're more of a trader that is, you know, very linked to going long only, and you've got this, you know, you're a hyper bull, well, we can simply show you any of the assets that are going to be ready to take longs on that day, that week, and that month. And if you understand that trading, how to make money is, it doesn't matter whether it goes up or down. We can make money the same way when we're perpetuals and futures trading. Well, we can simply show you which assets are ready to take shorts on and how to go that direction. We get confused by green and red often, thinking that green is good, red is bad. That's not the truth. Green and red are both money to me. I live in Canada. The green bill is $20 and the red bill is $50. It just means I'm going to get there faster and a lot quicker. So it's all money to me as far as I'm concerned. Go ahead, next slide. So as we mentioned, you know, when you're looking for assets to trade, generally we look on our weekly pivot to determine whether a token is something we want to look for the trades. So we try to narrow it down to a list of assets, or try to get to those tokens that are going to trade this week with a narrow pivot. We know that if the pivot is super narrow and tight for this week, we will get 1, 2, maybe even 3 narrow daily pivots that we can trade from. So by identifying these at the beginning of the week, we've made it a lot easier for us to trade. So rather than looking for trades all the time, we can let the trades come to us. We're way ahead of it. It's like having a crystal ball. You know, we can see ahead of time. We know where to set our alerts, where our levels are going to be, how to follow the asset, and how to be able to understand that that asset's going to go a particular way. You want to go on from here?
Yeah, sure. So what it does is it helps us identify these narrow pivots. And these narrow pivots are letting us know when an asset is going into a trending phase. Because the market usually goes from ranging into trending, ranging into trending. But how do we know when it stopped ranging and how does it go into a trending phase? The only way we can do that is through price action. So our algorithm will end up creating what we call these tight pivots. If you look at this week over here, we had a very wide pivot, wide narrow, wide trend X, and then the next week it became suddenly tight. Whenever we get that tightening and that squeezing in of the next week's pivot, this is letting us know that there's a big move potentially building up. And oftentimes we get explosive movements off of these pivots. So our scanner will scan the market, it'll scan every coin that there is, and it'll bring to your attention only the narrow ones to kind of make it easier for you to access these tokens that are going into these trending phases. We also get inside pivots. If you see, we've got a wide pivot here, and we've got this pivot is inside the previous week's pivot. Inside pivots is a very, very strong, high probability pattern that oftentimes we get very big movements off of. So we also search for these every week. We have a pivot party where we actually search pivots together with the team, and we present the top ones that we found, and those become the assets we trade for the up and coming week. So we make it as easy as possible to find high probability patterns and trades for you, and then we lay out the groundwork and the strategy of how you can execute and trade those accordingly every single day. We've also got our Trendex scanner bot. We've got a bot inside the group that basically every single day, week, month, it uploads the new tokens, which you can directly import into your Tradingview, and you can trade those accordingly with our Trendex system. So
this is where your first event of the week begins. So every Sunday night, as Seth mentioned, we have our weekly pivot party hosted by yours truly. It's unfortunately always at 8 p.m. Eastern because the global financial market decided that's when they wanted to end the day on the UTC clock. So for those of you in the UK that it's like 3 a.m, we're very sorry. We have put a petition in to ask them to change it to your time zone, but we were denied. So we can't force the global market to shift to a different time frame. It's always at 8 p.m. Eastern. It's 8 p.m. daily for the daily candle. It's 8 p.m. on Sundays for the weekly candle, and it's 8 p.m. at the last day of the month for the monthly candle. But we do offer you the best tokens to trade for the Monday. We tend to not trade on Mondays anyway. We evaluate the market and we move forward. We will take from this list and also suggestions that you make during the pivot party to be able to narrow down a top 10 list every week. So you don't necessarily, because sometimes in a super bullish week, man, we could see 150 assets come into the bot for that week that we have to narrow through. So then we add to our criteria. We look for super narrow pivots, things that are almost like just one line on the chart for a pivot. We look for inside pivots, which is like the one on the screen where you see the yellow line is inside of the previous wider yellow lines. That's an inside narrow pivot. We want those because that also means the price has lived at that level and now it's ready to explode out of its price range. And you guys will help us build that. It's like a 3-hour event every Sunday night, hanging out with me. We get about 70, 80 people every week, and we just go through, find the best tokens to trade, build that list, and it makes it a lot easier for you to pick a 2 or 3 good assets to follow to make sure you're going to get those 2 or 3 good narrow pivot days and get those trades in for you. Make sure that you're there and ready for when the trades come to you. And Seth can talk about the different types of trades.
So we have 3 different kinds of pivots. We've got the daily pivot, the weekly, and the monthly. And this can be used to identify the bias of the market, and it also can be adapted to whatever trading style you like. So if you're a scalper, you'll focus on the daily pivots. If you're a mini swing trader, weekly, or if you're a bigger swing trader, monthly. So our strategy can be structured and organized according to your trading style and used accordingly based on our narrow pivots. So every month we get a monthly narrow pivot, and those would be for the swing traders, would be primarily focused on those. Every week we get the mini swing, and those can be used as the bias, or you can take mini swing trades off of those. And then every single day at market open, you'll get the daily pivots. So based on this, we can structure it however, what kind of trader you are, what style of trading you have, it'll work for you.
Now, this is where we go and have fun. So a couple of people did ask about the price. So the 7-day trial, you do have to sign up with your through a WAP account. A lot of you have one already. You may have been with another WAP product over the years. You just simply apply it. The 7-day trial is going to give you access to all of our indicators. Somebody asked, depending on the price, I'll try one, but maybe not all at the same time. That's the thing. We're not one of those groups where we ding, 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 ding every stage of the way. The 7-day trial, which I have dropped the link in the chat right now, will get you your 7 days, which gives you the full events for the week. If you can go to the calendar, starting tomorrow night. Again, so we tend to not trade on weekends. We don't touch on the weekends. Weekends, the market maker's not playing. It's player versus player. You're fighting against other retail. We tend to try to stay off it for the week. And then Sunday night, we start getting ready for our trading week. So Sunday night's the pivot party, as I discussed. You guys will join us, hang out. We'll find those top tokens to trade. We narrow it down to 20 tokens on Sunday night. And that list I drop for those that are in the group, so you kind of get a head start. I give that list to our head trainer, Pramod. He then takes those 20 tokens, narrows them down to 10. At 3 a.m. or 8, I believe it's 8 a.m. In the UK, the market open, basically, for the UK session. Yeah. He will go over and do a bit of a training, show price action, and also help pick those tokens and share with you the charting of what they did for the previous weeks, what direction they may go, where the market's going to go. And that is recorded for those of you in the US, so you can watch it when you wake in the morning. And then at 7:30 a.m., he goes into the US session, sees where the assets have moved during the UK session, and then determines, what direction may have changed. Because the Sunday night is a very volatile night. It's the end of the week. The whales are trading on the weekly candles and the daily candles. The assets go like this. Asian market could take it one way, and then the next Asian market takes it another way, and the UK market takes another way, and then finally it settles down. And by the time the New York market picks it up, then we've sort of got an understanding of our trend and where we're going to trade and what direction we want to take it. Because again, we trade with the market maker, not against them. So 7:30, Pramod goes live on YouTube and also in the group, shares with you guys exactly what directions where things are going to go. Then we have Seth, our creator here. He does an Indicator X training every Monday for those that are following the Indicator X strategy and want to understand how the companion indicators work with that, how it reads with the market with TDIX, with Imbalance X, all of those beautiful things. And then and right after every training every day, Monday to Friday, we jump into the EA stage and we're available. I'm there for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, depending on how many people are there, how many people need help. We'll answer any questions you got. It's an open floor, open forum. You can jump on stage, come hang out, and we'll help you get set up. If you're not sure how to use Tradingview, you want to understand how to open a Web3 wallet, you want to anything you need. I'm in the group every day, Monday to Friday, there to help you guys, live support, and then we repeat the cycle through the week. So again, the next day, you're going to get the UK session will be available. So Pramod's going to say, okay, based on Monday, this is exactly where we're going. This is where we think it's going based on the way New York took it on Monday. Here's your setups here based on the 10 tokens that we're looking at. Again, we suggest everybody follow 2 or 3. So if you want to ask him live, hey, can you give me the set? Tell me if I'm right or wrong on this. It will help you. Mohammed, you can take the free trial to start, and then we'll set you up with the crypto payment later. It's a different link to do it with crypto. So you'd have to kind of sign up with a debit card or a credit card first, but then we can, when you go to sign up later, it'll be through crypto. And then again, same repeat, Tuesday at 4 a.m. in the UK session, Gordon, our mindset trainer, he goes over various things like smart money concepts, trading in the zone, that sort of thing. Mindset is a big part of trading. Understanding the psychology of the market is a big part of what we do. Gordon is always available there, sort of as our guidance counselor, to help everybody kind of understand what's going on. He's a great trainer and an amazing gentleman. 7:30 a.m. again, Pramod gets back on doing the the US session, telling everybody what direction is going to go. 11 Trendex training. Tuesday morning is the best every week. And this isn't like just this week. This is every week, by the way, guys. We do the Trendex training. Any questions you have, wherever you may be stuck, absolutely capable of answering anything you need. And then again after that, with hanging out with me. Same deal. UK session, Pramod's there. US session, Pramod's there. Wednesdays is community day. We're just open. We're open. I open it up at 11 o'clock. Floor is open to everybody. Anything. If after 2 days of your week, you're not quite sure, it's the best, last day to really get those good trades. If you're missing out your trades, you made a couple mistakes, etc. You're not sure. We can go over it. We go over the charts. Other major traders in our community can be there and available for you. And again, Thursday, same deal. Sort of the last day for the trading week for us. Pramod's going to say, okay, if we haven't hit targets or these assets are are done, or if you haven't got into your trades, or maybe the asset you're looking at hasn't popped off yet, Pramod's going to be there for you for the 2 sessions to be able to help you with that. Goes into candlestick trading, which is very important to understand for your entries. And again, hang out with me. And then Friday, one more mindset session. One last, we call it potluck training on Fridays. Depending on what the market did, Pramod might choose candlesticks. He might choose Trendex. He might choose zones. We're not sure which way is best to for his trainings. It's whatever was real, whatever was actually happening, whatever real problems were that week. Pramod's going to be there and be able to help us train with that. And then chill, no charts, I call it on Fridays. By Friday, if you haven't made your trades, it's okay. We'll get ready. We'll do it again on the Sunday, and we'll find those best tokens, and we'll repeat it, and repeat till rich. And we're going to do this right through until, well, it's a life skill. We never have to stop. Bear or bull, doesn't matter. We can do this. The WAP system, unfortunately, isn't something we control. So it is in USD pricing. It will just do your exchange to where it is. You can pay in crypto. It is a different system. So again, this free trial, you can cancel before the 7 days. Just open a ticket. We'll tell you how to do that. By all means, if it's not for you, it's not for you. Easy Algo, as our trainer says, for a lot of people is your last hope. So if you can't understand Trendex and how to trade from that, it's not for everybody, right? But join the 7 day trial, sign up. Again, if you have any issues at all, you can open a ticket in the Discord. You can also chat with us in WAP, even if you haven't signed up. If you go to our WAP, there's a free chat there. You can message me if you have issues with that. And after the 7 day trial, it is $59 a month. And that includes everything. That includes your indicators, your live trainings, your I think the next page has that. Yes. So you get your indicators, your companion indicators, you get the scanner, you get the bot to help us out with the best tokens to trade. You get the strategies. You have all our live trainings in the chat, which are on YouTube, so you can watch them on your TV. You can download them. You can do whatever you like. We have our live training, our live trading. Our support is available because we have members on all sides of the planet. There's always somebody in the chat. One of our mentors or moderators is always around to help you out with support. Of course, the community is the biggest part. You'll find that unlike a lot of communities out there, we're very calm. We're chill. We're focused. It's like a community college. We're not, out looking for the next pump. We're not looking for the next meme coin. There's lots of groups in the world for you to find for that. That's not us. We're focused on trying to learn a life skill and how to be able to change our lives through the charts and through trading. And of course, the Sunday Night Pivot Party, where it all starts, that's your first event tomorrow. Joining the Discord, Barter, once you've joined into WAP. So let's see. Can I present, Seth?
Yeah.
Just going to give people a walkthrough of what to do,
cool.
If I can.
Yeah, let me give you access now. I'll make you host.
And I can click share screen.
There we go.
Should be able to share my screen here. Where are you? Share screen. Screen. And where is it? Multiple participants can share simultaneously. Screen. I want my top left here. This one. Okay. So once you sign up using the link, can you convert the 3-day trial? I signed up with the 3-day trial. Can you assist with converting the 7-day trial? Yes, just open a ticket and we'll help you out with that. So once you sign up in the WAP, you will find yourself with a page similar to this. This is your WAP account. Once you've signed up, you will get. You can't see my screen?
No. Now I can see. Now I can see.
No, sorry. I wasn't sharing. There we go. Now you should be able to see my screen.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. So once you sign up, you will get to your wap.com page. You click Hub, and then you'll have your Easy Algo. If you have every other WAP products, you can do that. You'll see the 7-day trial option. Go ahead and hit that. If you don't see it, there's probably a little arrow here, little gray arrow. You got to open that up, and then put in your Discord name. Click Claim Access. That will get you into the Discord. It'll make you sign up through the Discord. And then you want to go to Tradingview. You want to enter your Tradingview username, which is on the top left of your Tradingview chart. Here, you'll see your little Tradingview username. Once you have that, enter it, claim it, and then you want to go ahead and refresh your Tradingview. Inside the group, though, the trick is just get into the Discord. Get into the Discord. We have the trainings. You're gonna get a direct message immediately upon arrival from our bot, which is going to give you the welcome steps on how to do things. Just follow that bot. It's going to bring you in here, and you bring you to this welcome section. Immediately start reading from here. That's going to bring you to the start here. Start here tells you about how we do things. These videos will guide you through step by step how to be able to install the indicators. If you have trouble for the next hour or two, I'm going to be inside the EA stage here. You can just simply jump in and ask me any questions you have, and we'll guide you through exactly what to do. In case anybody is stuck, I think I'm going to open the chat up again. I can't see the chat. Where's chat? Chat for Zoom. I cannot see chat. You see questions in the chat? Is there any questions? Also, yeah, I guess do you want to open up the floor? I guess if there's any questions.
Yeah.
Or do you want to kill? Actually, let's kill the recording here. Thank you all for joining us, and we'll kill the recording so you can feel free to get up without being recorded, and then we'll answer anything you have. If you have any difficulties, you have any questions. Thank you all for joining us. Hope you enjoyed the webinar. Stick around.
You have to cancel the recording because you're the host.
How do I kill that? How do I kill that then?
Or make me host. I'll do it.
Okay. I don't have Zoom control. My Zoom button is not working. Oh, there it is. It's up here. Here we go. Stop share. That's what I was looking for. And then stop recording.